welcome back to my channel again. So it's been a while and I've been really busy lately and whatever, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but point is that I'm trying to do a little get ready with me, but also chatty, like where I've been, what I'm doing, what my plans are, and yada 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 yada. So we can just get started. So lately I've been using the Garnier Skin Active Clearly Brightener Anti-Dark Circle Roller, because your girl has been needing it, which is a good transition into why I've been, you know, not available. So at my job, I'm basically doing so many positions, and a lot of them require me to be there, or one of them requires me to be there at 4:30 in the morning. So and then I get off at like 1. So I'm exhausted at that point. What I've been trying to do is going to the gym right after work, and I've been doing good so far, but I've just been way too tired to the point of like I just don't want to do anything when I get home. Like I don't even want to eat, but I'm hungry, so of course I'm gonna eat. But that's basically where I'm at, and then I'm doing multiple positions at work, so it's a little bit harder for me to kind of have one set schedule. However, this week I am going to be working the entire week, like early mornings, which is what I really like. So getting in at like 6 o'clock, leaving at like 2:30 or 3, which is great because again, I like consistency in my life like that. It's only on Saturdays that I usually actually just am there super early. And then the next earliest day would probably be like a Sunday or a Monday, and I'd be there at 5. It's like, it's only 30 minutes, but 30 minutes is 30 minutes, believe it or not. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately, and I like work. It's really fun. I love the people that I work with. I know there's this whole like stigma that you're not supposed to be like friends with your coworkers, but if you're not in school like me, I already graduated, and also you're like your life is literally work and then going home, you're gonna have to be friends with your coworkers, you know? And my birthday recently happened, and I was kind of feeling a little weird about like asking my coworkers to hang out for my birthday because I just moved up here. I don't really know anybody yet, and it was just a very weird, like, I don't know what to do, and it was just like, it was kind of stupid. I still hung out with my really good friend, and that was really fun, and just by ourselves, you know? But I still felt like I don't know, like I want to branch out a little bit more, which I have been doing, I think, or at least I'm trying to, but I'm not gonna force anything if, like, you know, no one really wants to hang out or be friends, because I already have one good friend up here. So actually I have 2. I have a few, but like friends are always like a very weird thing for me. All right, I just took the e.l.f. Cream and Sugar eyeshadow because it's $3 and I really like this shade, and this shade is nice for inner corner, and I feel like this would be nice for the fall, but I also really want to try the pumpkin spice one because that one looks really nice too. And then basically I've just been taking this Morphe palette, I can't remember what it's called, Artistry palette, and I just take any of these colors as an all over lid. It's just a nice wash of color in my opinion, and I just really like. So I'm probably gonna take this orangey color. There's no method to the madness, if that makes sense. I'm just putting it all over, getting some kind of color in there, some kind of definition. So as I was saying, basically I am like finally kind of going out over here, not often, but like, you know, when I first moved up here, when it was COVID, like, I mean, it's still COVID, but I mean, like, it was worse where it's just like I didn't trust anyone, I didn't know anybody. Like, I would be invited out and I'm like, I don't really know what you guys do like outside of work. Like, I'm not gonna go out, especially because I just moved up here. And also I didn't know how like people were with COVID up here, because in LA it's a little bit different. I feel like here it's weird. I feel like people care, but then they also don't care. Like they know the limits, you know, and I feel, I don't know, it's really weird how like things are changing. But we'll see, because basically I've been going out a little bit more, like going out to eat and just not being too afraid of it. Obviously, if I don't have to, I won't, but like if I just really want to get out of the house like I did yesterday, like I'll ask my friend to hang out. I'm like, hey, let's go have lunch. And you know, I'm starting to do that a little bit more, which is nice. As the song goes, August slipped away like a bottle of wine, because it really did. I cannot believe I'm filming this on August 30th. I don't know when this is going up, but it literally just came and went. Like my birthday happened and then boom, 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 boom. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Or sorry, what the hell? Like I don't understand how time went by so fast, but I am really excited for fall and autumn and winter and Christmas and holidays. So we're okay with that. And it just went by really fast. Like the other thing that made it go by fast is that if you didn't know, if you don't follow me on social media, I went to Chicago for a friend's wedding at the beginning of August. So basically I was in Chicago for a week. So my big chunk of my time was there. I know it's not a big chunk because it's only a week, but it felt like a big chunk because we did so much. And I was really happy because this was something that was postponed from last year. And my boyfriend and I, we've just been waiting to go on this trip, waiting just to, you know, get out of that, like, the house, get out of, like, the area we were in, not worry about our jobs. Like, it was just, we needed this vacation, so it was really nice. I was really nervous to travel still, but it was, like, either we lose the money or, you know, it was very conflicting for me because I was just like, I don't want to deal with this, but thankfully, we got there and back very safely. We were having issues with American Airlines, and our flight got delayed, and they didn't rebook us until the next day, and we couldn't do that, so we had to buy brand new flight tickets with United. So that was great. We were so upset, but it is what it is. And yeah, Chicago is just really cool. Honestly, like, I'm from LA. LA is not a city. Chicago is a city. Like, if I think of a city, I think like a city. I think of like Chicago and New York. Like LA isn't, it's a city obviously, but it's not like, it's nothing like Chicago. Obviously nothing is gonna be like another city. But what I'm saying is, it's like, I just love the atmosphere of Chicago. Like obviously there can be their pros and their cons, but like the L train was super cool. We got everywhere we wanted to super quickly. Like transportation system like that is, and then because I took the bus all my life, and let me tell you, if I had a transportation system like that, I would not care about public transportation up here, because we even walked everywhere. It was just so much fun, and everyone was like super nice. The atmosphere was good, vibes were good. We what did we do? So we were in Chicago for a few days, and then we went to Wisconsin for the wedding at Lake Geneva, and it was so pretty. It was so nice, and I was just like, wow, like Wisconsin. All I thought of was that 70s show. And there was corn and a bunch of stuff, which was cool. And we were only there for a couple of, like, 2 days and a half, something like that, because we drove in and like did all that stuff, and we stayed at this really nice place. And it was just really cool, and like it was nice because we hadn't seen our friends in literally over a year, and it was just nice to kind of all hang out and just kind of pretend like everything is fine in the world and kind of just get away from it all, because that's basically what it was. And yeah, and like the weather in Chicago was perfect. It was hot and a little humid, nothing terrible compared to, like, you know, it could have been worse. But no, it was actually really nice. And I'm trying to think what else happened. Well, before we get to that, I'm actually going to take this new concealer that I've been hearing a lot about on TikTok too, which is a Makeup Revolution London Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. So yeah, I just wanted to try it out because I love my Kosas one. That was a little bit more expensive, and it's kind of like, I don't want to have to pay for shipping. Well, I think sometimes you don't have to pay for shipping, but point is, it's like I just wanted something a little bit cheaper and a little bit more accessible for myself. So hopefully this color is okay. If it's not okay, then oh well. and it's probably gonna be a little bit more full coverage than I need it to be, but we'll find out. We'll figure it out, because I don't use that much foundation anymore, to be honest. I just spot conceal like this. So we're gonna see. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit too yellow, but you know what, we're gonna actually, it's not too bad. It's definitely doable. So I take this brush, and basically this is how I conceal. Does that make sense? And then I'll take a bigger brush and kind of buff out the rest. I could do this buffing brush underneath my eyes as well, but I want to be a little bit more delicate with underneath my eyes, if that makes sense. And I have this freaking pimple right here, and it's really annoying. My own fault for kind of touching it, but we're just gonna add a little bit more right there. Maybe too much, but you live and you learn. This is also first impressions on this concealer, which I think did a decent job. It blended into my skin really well. I forget, I didn't even tell you the color. C9.5, and I think this was the medium with olive skin tones, which is what I have. At least it's what I've been told, so. And I don't know, I feel like I'll make whatever I get work for me. Like if it's too dark, obviously it's too dark, it's too dark. But if it's too light, I'll kind of like make it work, because basically I overpower my face with blush, so I don't have to worry about much I think, if that makes sense. Like basically after I put on blush and bronzer, it's kind of like, oh, okay, it kind of all comes together. But anyways, so in Chicago we also went to the Art Institute, where I recreated my own mini little like Ferris Bueller's Day Off kind of montage. Not even montage, it was just pictures. I just wanted to go where they went and stuff, and it was really cool. I really liked that museum. They had Monet, they had Van Gogh, they had Picasso, they had Dali, I mean, obviously they had a lot of great artists, but like, I think that was probably like the first time I've ever seen a Picasso in person, maybe, or a Dali in person. Because Monet I've seen before, and Van Gogh I've seen because they have them at the Getty, but like me and my boyfriend, we love Monet, and they had an exhibit specifically for Monet, and like they recently just took it out, and I was so bummed. So I didn't think we were actually gonna see any Monets in there. We did, and it was really nice, and it was just so perfect. We spent the whole entire day there. We like went in and out like I think twice, because we were hungry for lunch and like their cafe was closed. It was so nice. I really liked it. And what else? They had something else. Oh yeah, they had the Obama portraits there too, which was really cool. And they were like the first museums to like actually host those portraits, and like first city ever. No, well, not city, because I guess it was in Washington DC or something like that. But point is, it was really, really cool. So if you ever have the chance to go, you should definitely go. Any trip to a museum I think is always worth it, especially if it's an art museum, and especially something like Chicago, because that was something unreal. Like you could literally spend the entire day there for sure, and that's basically what we did. And another day we came back from Wisconsin. We kind of just wanted to walk around, and I knew I wanted to go to Wrigley Field, just to like walk around, maybe go see a game if it was cheap enough. It wasn't, because they were playing the White Sox, so obviously it was gonna be a little bit more expensive. And we were walking around, and we stumbled upon like a mini gay pride event, and I was like, what? Like, we didn't even know this happened. So like we literally just turned the corner and boom, it was all there. And I was like, huh, okay. I was like, let's just walk through this, because like, why not, just to try to get to Wrigleyville. So we're walking through, I guess it's called Boys Town, or the event, and it was really cool, really nice. Like I forget who was gonna be there later, but really big drag queen was gonna be there. And yeah, it was just really cool. And then so we get to the end of the event, turn a corner, and it's literally like a whole, like, however you say, 180, 360, no, it's a 180. and it's just like beers, guys, like toxic masculinity, just kidding, maybe not, like people puking on the floor, and it's just like the vibes just went from like one way to another, and it was just so funny. But it was just really cool just being outside of Wrigley, because it was really cool. Like, me and my boyfriend, we love baseball, so we're like, hell yeah. We went to like a batting cage bar that was in there. We only like were in there for a little bit because I was like, I don't want to be inside for too long, but I like just want to say I did it. And I got like some souvenirs and stuff, and it was really cool. And then we decided to walk back, and so on our way back, we went through security, and I like mentioned to this guy, I was like, oh my god, I love your I think it was a smoky quartz necklace. I was like, I love your necklace. He's like, oh, thank you so much. And then like as I was leaving, because he was checking my bag, he was like, wait, I have something for you. And I was like, what? I was like, what does he have? He literally pulls out of his pocket this amethyst crystal, and he's like, Spirit wants me to give this to you. You can have it. I was like, what? Like, literally, that is the most magical, most special, like he will forever be ingrained into my mind, and I'm always gonna think about him. I know that sounds weird, but, and then, sorry, I'm taking this Sai Sun Melt Medium Bronze Bronzer. And I was just like, so what? Like, this was so incredibly special to me, and I literally just like grabbed his hand. I was like, thank you so much. Also because, you know, I've been nervous about traveling for so long, so it was just a really nice, comforting thing, and it's like incredibly special to me now. Like, I always carry it with me because, like, why not? And it's just like, it was just so nice. I loved it. And so then we went back home and just chilled. But that was pretty much Chicago. Like, we did a lot, but also not a lot, because we were on vacation. Like, when I got back, I was like super relaxed. Like, it was like, how was it? I'm like, it was super fun. Like, it felt like we were gone for like a month. That's how nice and relaxing it was. And then I'm also taking right now this Say Do Blush in Dreamy, because I love this stuff. You know me, I love my blush, but this blush is really amazing. And so it was really, really cool just being able to travel outside of California a little bit more. Like, we've been to Oregon, and like, it was cool, but after going to Chicago, I feel like, and even Wisconsin, honestly, I feel like we might possibly try to venture outside of like the West Coast, because at first we always wanted to live in Oregon, but now I'm kind of like, I kind of want to explore a little bit more of the United States and see what else there is. Because also, the other thing I really loved about Chicago were the townhouses. They were so pretty, they were so nice. I absolutely loved it. Like, I would stop almost every block and be like, wait, I want to take a picture. I want to take a picture of this because it's so cute, it's so pretty. And there was this guy that was like sitting on one of his balconies, and he also had a library behind him, like a sun room with a library, like you could see it. And I was just like, oh, goals. I'm not a big reader, but I could be. Actually, I like to read. I like to read some fan fiction, but you know what I mean? It's just like, if I'm vibing, or if I see something that makes me want to vibe and like read, or like do whatever the activity that I want to do, I'm gonna do it. And for the most part, I'm just gonna blend this all back out, because this is pretty much the look that I do every single day. The only thing I'm gonna add on is lashes, because why not? So yeah, it was just really cool, and like, I really want to travel a lot more. Like, COVID's just making this all so much more like crappier, because it's just like, I want to travel, I want to go out, I want to do all these different things, and we just like literally can't, which you can say is a first world problem, but it's just like, I've worked for too long and too hard and like done too much to not enjoy my life. I just really want to travel and explore, and I think we're gonna try to save, if everything is looking okay next year around this time, we are gonna try to go to Europe. And I really want to go to Venice, because I went to Venice High, but also because Venice is gonna be underwater if we don't do shit, and I kind of want to see it right now. rather than later. Or I was thinking of going to Scotland, because the other thing is I don't speak Italian. And going to a non-English speaking country with your boyfriend, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you should test the waters first. Because this was our first time traveling, like, on a plane, and it went, obviously it went well. But what I'm saying is, it's like, you know, there's this thing where you don't know, like, you should know if you should marry the person you're with if, depending on, like, how you guys travel together. We're literally the same person, so there were no issues. Except he's traveled more than I have, so at the TSA line, I'm literally like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to do something stupid, but literally everything I was doing was stupid because I was so slow. So there's that, but it's fine. So yeah, it just makes me really excited to travel a little bit more. I probably won't do it with American Airlines, but you know, there's that. And the other thing that I guess is going to be exciting is that the next time I do a video, I am going to have auburn ginger hair. I finally pulled the trigger and made an appointment with a salon nearby, not nearby, but in Sacramento. And I'm really excited, but also really nervous because I have virgin hair. This is my hair color that I've always had my entire life. I've maybe bleached it in the past, like a strip of my hair, but other than that, like that hair that was like years ago. So yeah, I am really nervous, but also really excited because I've always wanted to dye my hair. And I'm having like 50-50 people saying like, you have to do it, like it's gonna look so good, and other people are like, you shouldn't do it, and I'm like, but I don't care. And Kevin's kind of like, do whatever makes you happy, but I know he doesn't want me to dye my hair. But I've like literally looked, there's a filter on Instagram that I really like, and I love how the color makes me look, so I'm like, that's the color I want, like it's literally that. I've also like done little like photo filters to see like, oh, this is what your hair would look like with this color and this color. And I'm like, I would look good. Maybe I'm just gonna be too powerful for them. That's probably what it is. But hair is hair. It'll grow back and it'll all be good. And also I'm gonna ask the stylist as well for her opinion. Because you know, I'm still a little nervous, but it doesn't hurt to get a second opinion either, especially if they're gonna be working with you, especially if you're gonna be spending money. I was telling my coworkers how much it would probably cost, and they're like, what? And I was like, first of all, girl hair, getting a simple haircut is $60 minimum, unless you know a friend or unless you go to like Supercuts or something. But sometimes you don't want to do that. Not the friend thing, but the Supercuts thing. And I get it, there is a lot that has to be done with your hair when you're getting it done, but it's just like, guys' hair, I cut Kevin's hair and it's like 20 bucks every time he cuts his hair. He saves money. I cut Joe's hair, my dog. I saved myself also 60 bucks there. Who's gonna save money on me when if I cut my own hair? I did cut my own hair, but now I want it like, just want something different. I want something new. And it's really funny because if you know me, I like feeling fresh and new, like at the beginning of every month. I'm doing it literally on September 1st. So that will be really fun. And I think it'll look really good. So I'm really nervous, but also really excited. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have for you today. The only thing I really need to do is actually go to the store to get something for my eyebrows, because I don't know if they're gonna lighten my eyebrows or what. But I don't want them to look like that dark or that different. Which kind of brings me to another point. Not really, but trying to transition into it. But YouTube, I honestly don't know what I'm going to be doing with this channel. I really want to keep going and keep talking, but sometimes at work it's just a little bit too hard. It probably won't be as frequent as I was doing, even though before I was doing it just like monthly favorites and like that's it. But I don't know, like I really want to try to do more vlogs and more like I want to do more, but it's just like the resources I have, I don't have, like I use my iPhone as a camera. I mean, there's a lot that can be done, but also it is very restrictive because I don't have that much storage. This is like the iPhone 10, like the camera quality isn't that great. I need to have a lot more time on my hands. I'm not saying I don't have that much time, but it's like I really need to think and plan out and be like, okay, I need to do this. Also, the lighting in here is kind of not the best. Like, it's like 8 o'clock right now. That's how I'm doing this, because there's good lighting right now. And it just depends. Like, I really want to keep doing this, but we'll see what happens. I'm probably gonna still do this whenever I can, but just a heads up, like, I don't know, you could also follow me on like social media, because I'm a little bit more active, definitely on Instagram and on Twitter. And it's really funny because sometimes I'm like, why do I post so much on Instagram? But then I'm like, why not? Who cares? Like, why should you care if you post a lot? Like, that's literally your scrapbook of your life. So there's that. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much the video. I think my look came out really well. I think the concealer actually looks really well on my skin too. We'll see how it looks throughout the day, but color-wise, I think it's okay. It might have been a little too yellow, but blended, it worked out. It worked out. So yeah, I hope you have a great day. Enjoy. Happy September. Yeah, because this is probably gonna be up when it's September, and we're gonna have a great time. Why not? Anyways, and the next time you see me, I'll have different hair perhaps. Have a great day. Bye.